the missteps of modern Call of Duty Zombies. Alright, so I'm recording this at 11 at night. I got shit to do tomorrow morning. So I've been trying to get to sleep, but unfortunately, all before bed, I was up playing the Black Ops 7 open beta, getting my ass kicked by 12-year-olds on multiplayer because I'm washed and I'm not as nasty with the sticks as I used to be. So I'm lying in bed trying to think critically about how this game is, if I like it, seeing if I want to buy it. I don't think I will, because I'm not as much as a COD fanboy as I used to be. I'm more of just a zombies fan nowadays, so I only really get the Treyarch titles. And if I were to get this game, it would just be for the zombies, really. So I was trying to think critically about the zombies, see what I think about it. Go into it with an open mind, because for as much of a zombies boomer as I am, I don't want to just be, that old head shaking my fist at these new games just because they're not what I grew up with or whatever. But man, I just cannot get behind these new ones. And I was trying to think, like, why, right? Because like I said, I'm trying to be objective about this, right? Like, it would be much easier. Like, it's not fun to just hate on these new games, right? Like, it would be much easier existence if I just like these new releases and fucking could just play the games and have fun, right? That sounds way better than just being negative all the time. But, like, so I was thinking, what did the old games do? Like, World at War to BO3. What did they do that intrigued me so much compared to these new ones? And I feel like I came to some conclusions that I don't see get talked about that often. Like, I wouldn't be making a video just to fucking rehash the same critiques that everyone has about these new games, because there would just be no point. It would just be redundant. But to be fair, I'm not as tapped in with the zombies community as I used to. So I could be wrong, but whatever. I'm doing these off the dome. I have just, like, some small little notes, just bullet points, and I'm just gonna riff it out, figure it out, I guess. The first one, I feel like starting with Cold War, they started to lose the feeling of hopelessness you had in zombies. Now, I want to separate the concept of hopelessness from, like, I guess the feeling of power or, like, being overpowered. Because, don't get me wrong, Black Ops 4, you spawn in with Wraith Fires, a fucking Strife that can melee kill up to, like, I don't even remember what round. And, like, a Specialist, all that, Helion Salvo with PhD, like, believe me, that is not much a challenging game at all. But it's more so you feel way more alone in those prior titles, like up to BO4. And I think all of that comes in with the newer type of story they're going for in the exfil system. Like, think of it, right? Like, let's go back to Noct, right? Like, let's go back to fucking grassroots here, right? You are literally just a rando soldier in a bunker, just fucking getting swarmed by zombies, right? Holding out. Help is not on the way. Now, flash forward to Cold War, where you have, like, Weaver, all these campaign characters. You're literally getting into the map via helicopter. You got this whole team on comms telling you what to do every fucking 5 rounds or so. You got someone in your ear like, oh, if things are getting too scary, you can leave. Come on, you can exfil. And, you can call in chopper gunners, right? Like, it feels like you're not in a zombie apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like there is an easy ride out no matter what. And I feel like an exfil system could work where, like, just the concept of having a way to end the game that's not dying. And you know what? That is something I will applaud BO7 for. Now, again, open beta. I've only played that like farm survival map, whatever. It did feel like that. I will admit. I don't know the lore. I don't know what's going on. I'm not tapped in like I used to. Maybe I'm wrong. But like I like the Xville where it's just like some random machine or like portal. You do like you fight the bear and you get out. Like it doesn't feel like you have this big government or fucking big agency out that can help you, can get you out. So if I am correct and BO7 does that right, then that point is fucking useless. My bad. But on to the next one. Perk limit. Now, maybe people are talking about this one. I feel like this is a way more easier critique to make. So maybe this is just a fucking hack critique that everyone makes. But we need a perk limit back, man. Because this fucking gameplay of just grinding out points by the end, like, and the pricing, I hate the prices so much. Oh my god. Like, why can't each perk just cost its, like, have its own price? Like, why by the end of it am I having to spend fucking 7,500 points a perk? And it'll be some dumb shit too, like fucking death perception, like just something to fill out the bar. So I'm just like, you know, whatever. But I feel like the no perk limit sounded good on paper because we just got done with BO4, right? Like they were trying to get rid of these crutch perks, and it's like they were like, fuck it. I mean, there's no crutch perks if you can just have all the perks, right? And for the time that worked. I bought it. Like, I thought it was genius in Cold War. And then by the time like BO6 came around, I was like, wait, this is fucking stupid. And this really destroys the balance. And it has so many bad side effects. Like look at the situation we're in now, bro. You get 12 perks. And the problem is it also fucks up how they add new perks and how they add old perks, right? Like, we didn't get double tap back, which was in fucking Verruct, the second zombies map ever. We didn't get that until, what? Was it Citadel de Mort? Whatever the castle one was in BO6. Because now, each perk has to be, like, stripped of fucking any personality it has, because if it's too strong, it throws any sense of balance that the game has out the window. Because you have 13 perks. They all have to be super watered down. So by the end of it, like, you're not just this fucking super overpowered, fucking busted superhuman, right? Even though you are. Like, when I hopped on the game for the first time, you know, granted, it's a survival map. Maybe it's supposed to be easy, you know. But, you know, I loaded up, and round 36 Xville was a breeze. Like, I was falling asleep playing the game, and Xville, because I got bored and wanted to do something else. My bad. I'm getting off topic. Perk limit. Alright, so, for example, right? Let's take Black Ops 1, which, you know, opinion, has the best, like, clears, has the best perk system. Just in terms of, like, variety from game to game. That's what it is. With 13 perk, when you can get every perk, every game feels identical, right? Because, so, that's the main problem with these new ones. And I wasn't going to bring up, because like I said, I don't want to bring up the basic critiques, because there's no point in making a video. But it's like, it goes hand in hand with the spawning in with whatever weapon you want, right? Like, when you can get every perk every game feels the same. Like, the biggest problem I had with Cold War is it didn't matter what map I played on. Like, I don't get on Cold War to play a specific map. I get on Cold War because I feel like playing the Cold War engine. Any map, it's just the same thing. So, like, the best part with the perk limit, especially BO1, is, like, it'll vary, right? Like, one game, especially pre-double tap 2, because I'll admit, double tap 2 is a crutch perk. Like, it literally doubles your damage. Like, what are you going to do, not get it? But in BO1, when all it does is, like, update rate of fire, right? Like, let's say one game, you're playing co-op, right? Your boy gets the wonder weapon. So you just like, all right, admit defeat. Maybe I'll just get Mustang and Sally, right? So there's PhD, right? Which, depending on game to game, you might not get PhD. You might not feel like keeping the M1911 all the way to Pack-a-Punch. So you might just not get PhD. So let's say you get like a good like LMG out the box, like high damage, low fire rate though. So then you're gonna get double tap 1. Because if you get an SMG, like there's no point because it already has a fast fire rate. But if you get something like the RPK, which is worth holding onto, but it has a slow fire rate, like you're gonna get double tap. So like, you see what I mean? Like game to game, it varies what perks you're gonna get. And in the long run, that is indescribable how important that is for replay value. Because Black Ops 1 came out in 2010. It is 2025. I still play Black Ops 1. Dude, I don't even remember the last time I had Cold War installed. Dude, the only reason I kept Black Ops 6 throughout its entire life cycle was just so that I could do every Easter egg so I could safely say the game sucked even more. So like my opinion held some weight rather than just like I played it once, oh it sucked. And I bring it up because I worry that the same thing is going to happen with Black Ops 7 and fucking so on until they change the perk limit, right? Because, again, I keep bringing up, it's a beta. I only play Armed Survival. It is a really small map. So, granted. But, like, I have no desire to go play it again because I feel like I experienced everything. And not because the map's small, not because there's no, like, quest or whatever. But it's because no matter what gun I have, no matter who I'm playing with, if I can just get every single perk and I have the exact same, like, quote-unquote build, it's gonna feel the same, no matter what. So, alright, they need to just completely, change the perk system, give the perks character again, and make it so that you can't get all of them, alright? Now, on to the last point I had written down. In this, I'm breaking my own rule. I feel like this is the layup. Everyone can probably agree on this one. This is not some new revelation. But the cross progression in zombies, it has to go. Just for as long as there's cross progression and multiplayer is more popular than zombies, which that's never going to change. Call of Duty is primarily a multiplayer game. People don't really give a fuck about campaign. And most people just think of zombies as like a fun side thing, right? And that's never going to change. I'm not going to expect it to. But for as long as there's cross progression, zombies is going to be no more than just the PvE mode that MP players use to level up all their guns and level up and get their sweaty loadouts and whatnot. And it's just sad, man, because it just dulls down the mode to such an extent. Like, because what it leads to is what Mr. Waffles commonly refers to as nerfing fun, right? Like, because it changes the way they have to balance stuff now. Because now, the balance of zombies affects the balance of multiplayer in a really fucking stupid way. Like, I remember when Black Ops 6 first came out, right? Terminus. We were having fun exploring this new map, and with the new perk they added, you could punch a boat into a corner and fucking literally be invincible. And it was so funny. It was so much fun. But because sweaty fucking multiplayer players just get in and just level up their guns and cheese, it immediately just breaks the multiplayer balance as well. But like now zombies is taking a hit because fucking multiplayer is tied and like permanently linked to the zombies balance as well. And maybe that's a bad example because in all honesty that would probably get patched anyway. But that's just like an example of just like something dumb that was in zombies that wasn't serious. Like you could get high rounds with it, right? But like no one would take it serious. Like if you get a high round from fucking standing behind a boat, no one's gonna think you're skilled at the game, right? But like now, what that leads to is anything fun, like anything that was not intended and is just fun to mess around with your friends, right? Now, if it has any effect on XP or weapon XP or camos or fucking anything, now it has to get removed just because now it affects the PvP mode. Now the PvE mode directly affects the PvP mode, which is just a dumb idea, and it infuriates me to fucking no end. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fucking old head who wants to go back to the days of fucking Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. But, you know, who knows? I just needed to get to sleep, get these fucking thoughts out of my head. It is now too late, and I wasted 16 minutes of my time, but, I mean, fuck it. It was cathartic. I got these ideas out. That's a good vocabulary word to know. So, stay in school, and maybe don't buy Black Ops 7. I mean, I don't know. Don't fucking come to your own conclusion. Just whatever you do, don't pre-order it, and please don't pay $100 for this game. That is literally a reskin of the last one. So, alright. Good night.